I like this idea. Pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That was surprisingly easier to set up than I expected. So we're all live. So I'll go ahead and say hello and introduce everybody. Hey everyone, I'm Brad Talton of Level 99 Games. I'm the creator of Exceed, and I'm joined today by Aaron Brosnan of Arcane Wonders and Jason Hronsky of Jasco Games, both supporters of this project and also both fellow game designers and publishers. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves? Say hello.
How's it going?
Hey, that was
So
exciting.
yeah, well, yeah. So that's the broadcast. You guys can go home now. We just wanted to say hello, let you guys know what's up. Um, but no, we're down on the final 42 minutes of Exceed, and I will be we'll be just talking about this game and about fighting games and fighting card games in general, and also answering any questions that get posted on the event wall. And so if you want to check it, post anything to us, just post it here on Google Plus, and I'll see it, and then I will answer it here on stream, hopefully. I'm not used to doing these all by myself. Usually, I have a more experienced podcaster with me. So if I make some mistakes, give me a break, guys. I appreciate it. So so anyway. So Jason, we all know you're here with Jasco because of the Red Horizon, and we've licensed the IP and all the artwork from you guys for this project. But people probably won't know why Aaron is here with us. And in fact, he just left for that. As we
My
were saying.
wife just dropped by with pizza, so I will be right back.
Okay, see you in a bit. But
That is pretty important, though.
I wish I had some pizza for this event.
I could go for some pizza too.
Oh yeah.
We can
Well,
hang out and-
well, so this is actually the very first, how will I say it? Licensed game for Red Horizon outside of UFS.
Correct.
So is it pretty exciting to see the characters brought to life in another way outside of
It is. Plus, Exceed's a really good
outside
game.
of the main property?
Yeah, since we got to
The
see it going through development, it's been pretty good. I'm really excited for Exceed coming out anyway.
well, a lot of people have been asking when about like Red Horizon 3 and about where to get some of the original UFS decks for the Red Horizon characters. Are those still in print, or are they not coming back till later?
So the original decks, like for Tides of Vengeance, they're still available. I think really the only place you can get them is our website. But Blood Omen, the next Red Horizon set, is coming out next year, right after Mega Man, I believe is the plan. So we have a third Mega Man installation and then Blood Omen for Red Horizon.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, I enjoyed the first two Mega Mans quite a bit. So those are going to be coming. Those are going to be pretty cool. The But yeah, what else? What else are we expecting? I think you announced a couple new things, and we're looking forward to.
I have Aaron still here, but I think I lost Brad.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely still here. I got my pizza and I came back. Um, yeah, we can totally talk about Brad while he's gone.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
That is totally interesting.
So what kind of pizza did you get?
Um, well, it looks like sausage and pepperoni, which is fantastic.
The meats.
Yeah, no, totally. It's either that or Hawaiian, except that my wife thinks that Hawaiian is abomination upon pizza, so she refuses to ever get me any.
That's the same as my brother. Interestingly enough.
Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of pineapple and ham. It's a good pizza.
Oh, poor Brad. Been kicked out of his own show. Well, I guess we can talk about Exceed while he's. I
In the
don't know. I
future.
don't
People
know.
could kind of.
Oh, there
Oh,
we go.
I think he's coming back. We're trying.
Is my internet spotty today? It was spotty earlier today.
Well, we hear you again.
Okay, well that's good. Was I just sitting here doing like this and not moving?
It
It started with that, and then there was no screen. So, well, I mean, we didn't see you.
Okay, okay. Well, I just wanted to well, what I was saying, before I got cut out was I was gonna talk to Aaron and ask, with what inspired you to approach us to do a crossover for Mage Wars.
Well, couple of things. First, um, we had done a crossover with you guys for the last BattleCon, the um, War Remastered, I think it was. We did a crossover with you, and that was fantastic. Working with you guys was great. Making your characters was super fun, and you guys doing ours was great. So that was very exciting. But then also, I'm a big fan of fighting games. Like, it's weird. Most people who know me are like, "Oh, I don't get why you're so into like Street Fighter and stuff like that."
Yeah,
Not that I'm particularly great, but I really enjoy them. Um, and so anytime there's games of that theme, I tend to gravitate towards that. Um, like I played UFS when it first came out with Sabretooth way back in the way back. So I've really enjoyed that. And then I got to play Exceed. I know we talked about it at Gen Con. And then I finally got to play it, and I was like, this game is freaking amazing. So
yeah,
definitely having an opportunity to do more crossovers with you guys are just great.
we've had a lot of fun with it too. And if I know you guys are going to be at BGG Con later this month,
Yes.
and we're also going to be at BGG Con, and we'll be giving away the Mage Wars promos, Eligor and Gerard. These are promos for Mage Wars that are of the characters in BattleCon. So you can play as those guys. We'll also have some of the promos from Arcane Wonders.
No.
Sad day.
Well, we can continue. I don't know the details of this part. You can go on the Mage Wars promos, I guess.
Oh well, yeah, we actually we did when they did crossover for us. Like there, you can play as the.
Um,
Oh, I think
Iskor Brimstone. Yeah.
yeah, but you're
This
getting
is
him back.
this is the worst. This is the worst. Why is this happening to me? Well, anyway. But yeah, are you not coming out to BGG Con, Jason?
I will probably not be there. I've actually never been to BGGCon, even though I'm from Texas.
It's a
Makes
lot
sense.
of it's a lot of fun. It's a really fun show. You should make it out.
That's what everybody tells me. Maybe I should just go for fun.
It's the kind of show that like I would go to as a vacation and not necessarily just for work.
Isn't it coming up pretty soon? It's like in a week or two, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
it's
November
pretty close.
17th, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, 17th through 22nd in DFW. So that's where we'll be next. And if you're out there at BGG, you can drop by the booth. We'll have a bunch of characters for Exceed that you can try out, sort of an early preview.
I'm totally looking forward to that. I'm not gonna lie.
I have a question by text. What are the add-in figures? One of my friends is pledging right now.
Oh, so he's talking about the um, Devris and Juno. Those are two different fighters from different IPs other than Red Horizon that you can get now, and those IPs either are possibly going to be explored in the future or are going to be sets in the future. I'm sure when we get Brad back, he can say more about it. But they're decks that are new fighters, and in one of the updates, he actually shows you what all the cards for both of them are, so you can see what they do.
Excellent. I'm responding right now by text.
Awesome.
I'm going to do another last Facebook bump as well. embed, I believe. The quick link is an embed, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
There we go. Yes, it is. Short link.
I'm sure we're just the most exciting people right now.
Yeah, I apologize for being so boring, everyone. It's I'm really bad at multitasking, and since I'm posting on Facebook and talking at the same time, I'm not doing a
Well,
good job.
you're telling me you top out at 2 different tasks at a time? What?
That's it. I don't even. I almost get 2 tasks. I'm mostly a 1 task kind of guy.
1.5 tasks.
Yeah, there we go.
I can't say I'm much better. I'm doing my best to keep talking while I'm trying to find my logo that I just put on the desktop.
Here we go. Here we go. I'm almost done, so I can focus again. Poor Brad keeps dying out on us, though.
And that does suck.
So I've got confirmation of a $100 pledge from my friend. Excellent.
That's awesome. See, now part of me thinks that we should be doing this like a, telethon.
Yeah, that'd be
Like our
perfect.
phone lines are always open. You can call us at any time.
I mean, it sort of is a telethon. I mean, they can live chat here. It's pretty nifty. I'm gonna have to use this at some point. Maybe we should just do this every day.
All the time. All the time. Oh.
Minutes.
Hey guys, can you hear me okay?
There we go.
Yes. We can now.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, can you not hear us now?
Oh, interesting.
Okay. That's not...
I wonder if we've been just talking to ourselves the whole time.
That's not going to work either.
That would not be so great.
Did he just leave?
I knew that there was something up when he said that was easier than I thought it would be to set up.
Yeah.
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good, good. I moved closer to my router. I have no idea why this is happening to me today. Oh, I apologize. Did you guys have a fine time without me while I was gone?
It was good. I was answering questions from my friends via text, and they just backed the project. That's good.
Okay. Did you figure out what the question about the figures was?
Yeah, they were talking about the 2 Unred Horizon characters, and I had to.
Oh yeah, the 2 add-ons. So we added a pledge where you can get the 2 add-ons at the end, directly. But we also we'll probably have them for limited time in our online store after the project. But again, they're going to be produced in pretty limited quantities until we eventually do that Mage Wars box, which I'm pretty excited about. Somewhere down the line. That's not officially announced or anything. Just full disclaimer. That's not signed on the line, but it's something that we definitely want to do down the line.
We have some awesome plans in general for Exceed down the line.
Yeah. So anyway, but it's really awful to not be able to talk about all the cool stuff you're doing in the future. I really feel you, Jason.
I know.
I feel your pain.
This is always how it goes.
Well.
So Brad has some really awesome plans for Exceed that you guys can't know about, but you should just be excited anyway.
So we're looking forward to tying all that stuff in and being able to make our announcements. Probably January 1st is when we can make the announcement about season 2, and also talk about some of the stuff that we want to do for the rest of the year. So I'm
As
really
the
excited
one
about
person
that.
in the room who has no idea what that stuff is, I'm really excited about it anyway. So.
Perfect.
Well, well, it was before I was going. I was saying that that Aaron put together some really cool stuff on the card editor that we put together, and made some characters from L5R, Legend of Five Rings,
Oh,
which is now by Fantasy Flight. Did I understand that right?
Mhm.
That they took over control of that from AEG?
yep.
Yeah, AEG sold it to them.
A couple of weeks
Uh,
ago.
yeah, it was like about a month ago, maybe
Huh.
a little longer.
Huh. That's surprising. The
Mhm.
but I guess they're getting out of that CCG market. I mean, I think, oh, gosh, I mean, there's UFS and there's Magic. How many American CCGs are left? You know?
That is a good
Well,
question.
the minute
There's,
you say American, that does make it difficult.
yeah, there's
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z and My Little Pony.
yeah. I guess there's My Little Pony. That's true.
And
Is that
Dragon Ball Z is technically American, even though it's licensed from Japan. I guess it's half and half.
which one?
Dragon Ball Z is half and half.
Oh yeah. Oh
Because
yeah.
Panini is American, but DBZ is definitely Japanese.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I was actually out. Speaking of well, maybe that's totally unrelated, but I was talking with Ultra Pro on last Wednesday, and we have a really cool project that we want to announce in just a few weeks. So I'm excited to talk about that too. But I can't. Oh man, this is going down a dark road because all it'll be is, oh, I can't talk, can't talk, can't talk. Let's talk about something that we can talk about.
This is the show of confidentiality.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
No,
man.
like no non-disclosure of the show. But you guys both told me that well, I mean, Aaron said it. We all know that you play a lot of fighting games too, Jason. So what are you guys playing these days? What's your most recent hot fighting game?
Well, since he's chewing, I'll go first. So I actually just got my Mortal Kombat arcade fixed like yesterday. So I've been playing more Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But I also play Mortal Kombat X and King of Fighters 13, and I'm really looking forward to Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, we're all real excited about Street Fighter Five.
It's oh man, I got to play it at Comic Con because I was working at the Capcom booth, and they hadn't released all the characters yet. But I didn't get on the beta because I was traveling during the beta times. But it plays really, really smoothly. I'm really happy with it. It's like I like it better than 4 already, which is weird because I haven't got to play it much. But it's not as turtley, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Well, they made a lot of changes, and I feel like from a design perspective, what I'm most excited about was when I read the theme of Street Fighter V is commitment. Like when you commit to a move, that's what you're doing. There's no like technical get outs or FADCs or things to to let you back out of a move once you get into it. When you commit to your attack fully and you get to see the results. And from a player perspective and from a designer's perspective, I feel like that's a much cleaner engine than a game where you can do all these technical forward dashes and back dashes and parry, cancels, etc. So I'm pretty excited about that. Most recently, I've been playing a game called Under Night in Birth, which is a Japanese fighter. That's sort of it's from the designers of this game called Melty Blood, which you probably haven't heard of. But studio French bred, they're out of Japan. They make some really cool arcade style beat 'em up fighters that are a really big deal over in Japan. And this is their first original property, Under Night, which has recently been brought to America by I want to say it's Axis. The same localizer as Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue and all those.
Okay.
So yeah, if you guys haven't played it yet, give it a try. It's a great game. It's got really really nice ground level systems. It's easy to get into, easy to understand, and you immediately start to see the what do you want to say, the skill curve ramp up as you play. It's very easy to understand what it is, why you lose or why you win, based on what's happening on the screen, which is really nice from a play perspective. So, what about you, Aaron? What have you been playing these days?
Heroes of the Storm? No.
I've been playing a lot of Heroes of the Storm too.
No, I have a friend of mine who I went to college with, and he lives in Minnesota now. For everyone who doesn't know, I'm from Indiana. He lives in Minnesota, so we've been playing Heroes of the Storm when we get a chance. As far as fighting games go, I still play Street Fighter 4 off and on, but right now I'm trying to make an excuse to get an X-Bone because my wife really wants Mass Effect Andromeda when that comes out, and I really want Killer Instinct. That was always my favorite growing up. Like, I love that game. Oh my gosh, so much.
I don't know if Mass Effect, but Killer Instinct, the new edition, is definitely good, and I got my Xbox so I could play Killer Instinct, and I was not disappointed.
Aaron,
Awesome.
have you not gotten to play it at all yet?
No, I've gotten the amount of it that I've been able to see is I've had a couple of friends link ridiculous videos of tournament play. Like, I realize I'm horrible because I don't know any of the new characters' names, but it was some game where the guy who's the mummy was playing against Saberwolf, and the mummy had like sliver of health. Saberwolf had like a bar and a half, so he's like way, way ahead. But because that guy was trying to time the other guy out, this guy just went on this crazy rampage and chipped him to death. Like, literally with this sliver of health, he just destroys him. And I was like, that's awesome. So I was super excited.
Do you guys think Killer Instinct is like the replacement to Darkstalkers? Because they never did a Darkstalkers 4, and Killer Instinct has like mummies and werewolves and immortals and golems. I mean, it's kind of a monster mash.
It is.
So I don't know. I mean, I wonder if maybe that has become a spiritual successor. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Speaking of Heroes of the Storm, it's one of the licenses I want to approach in the future. I got to talk to them at Licensing Expo, and they said that they didn't think that they want to do a more mature game. So a game that has, not mature in that sense, but like a game that has a lot of exposure and presence already. So, hopefully after a few seasons things take off, we get to, some more mass market, type exposure, and they'll want to do that kind of game with us. So that's what I'm hoping for.
No, that'd be
It would be really cool. So, but let me check.
Backtrack a second. So you talked about Killer Instinct as a predecessor, or I guess a successor to Darkstalkers potentially. And then, do you guys remember Bloody Roar at all?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Oh yes, that was so cool. But isn't like Taito? I mean, it was Taito, right, that did that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And aren't they totally defunct now?
Yeah, they don't exist anymore. But that game was awesome.
It was really good, and I would do it in a heartbeat. I mean, I don't know that anybody still has a license. I wonder if it's one of those things like it's just on the market. Like you could buy Bubsy nowadays. Yeah. I think it's like for $5,000 you can own the rights to all of Bubsy. And I was surprised that kind of thing is just out there. Like it's just on sale in some IP store somewhere. And I wonder if it might be the case for games like like that, or my personal favorite, Psychic Force 2012, which was also a Taito fighter. Those properties are kind of lost in the aether nowadays. I wonder if they're pretty cheap and out there to buy.
Yeah, that's a really good question, because those are really cool games. I don't know if people are going to remember them, but
we should look into that, because if you could find out where Bloody Roar is, I will split it with you 50-50, and we'll buy that property.
It's probably some random guy. Nobody knows.
Bob living in Montana.
And he's like, yeah, I own Bloody Roar.
Well, it would be fun. It would be fun. But of course, with fan creations, you can have everything you want. And so that's one of the things that's got me really excited with the card creators, that people can just make whatever they like for the game. And so we could have a Bloody Roar set, even if it's not official, we'll still have it, and I'll print it up and I'll have it in my collection at least. So that's always pretty exciting too.
So have we gotten any questions about the?
It's a little weird because you can't have the chat and the page open in the same place. So let me see if I can go to Google Plus and find the actual Hangout page, and then visit it. and read the questions off. All right, here we go. Okay, let's see. Our future Exceed season is going to be run via Kickstarter. No, we are not planning to run any more Kickstarters for Exceed. The main reason being that licensors don't like you to. You know, most of the bigger game studios, they don't want to be associated with crowdfunding unless it's their first-party crowdfunding. So it's very difficult to do a second-party crowdfunding. In fact, I think the most notable one that I know of is the Mega Man board game that you guys did, Jason. So so it's difficult to do, but it's not impossible. And we might do one some point, maybe for our future IPs, but I don't know. I don't know. Let me see. I'd say go with indie fighting games. I'm a huge fan of King of Fighters and Yatagarasu. I have not played Yatagarasu yet. Have you guys tried that one yet?
I've heard of it. I've heard some good things. I haven't played it though.
Yeah, it's a Japanese style fighter. It's one where like all the characters have really crazy like hitboxes and reaches and stuff. Am I thinking of the right one?
Sounds correct. I haven't like I said, I haven't played it, but I know it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like we're kind of getting into an era where, at least in our fighting games, where normal attacks are a lot bigger and also characters are a lot more diverse. Like I was saying with like Under Night, there's one character with this giant scythe, and so he can hit across the entire board. And there's characters who have stretchy arms like Dulcine, but are actually really fast with them and can hit everywhere. And then you have some characters that are, that can only punch about an inch and a half in front of them, but they punch really hard, and it's a really big deal if they can get in. I think we're seeing a lot more diversity as the genre has sort of matured, and it's also a really cool time to be doing adaptions of these games and to be bringing them to tabletop because you can interpret the mechanics in a really new way. And I also wonder if maybe our interpretations as as tabletop games have influenced a bit of the video games at all. It's an interesting thought, at least.
There's a chance of it.
Yeah.
I know when I've been designing like UFS sets, like for King of Fighters 13, I literally watched every gameplay video of every character. I designed every character based on their team's theme music. So like until I was completely done designing their characters, I had to listen to their team music.
Did that make you finish any characters faster? Like, oh my god, I can't stand this song. I need to get to the next.
I think I was just really feeling it. I memorized like everyone's song by then.
The King of Fighters, thanks
trying to design only using Guile's theme because it goes with everything.
Then everyone's gonna be like a Guile charged turtle character.
I'm pretty excited for the new what they're gonna do with music for Street Fighter V as well.
Hopefully it is all Guile's theme. That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah. I heard that they were. I heard that like you can't roll training stage anymore on the versus menu.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I think everyone was upset after Evo last year because it was all training stage all the time, and I think they're factoring that into the new game.
Yeah, there's a chance of that.
So somebody asks, what do we actually get in the first stretch goal, the bonus cards UFS? So we have a couple different bonus promotional cards from UFS. These are cards that were from the first two Red Horizons, and they're being reprinted, and they're reprinted with, you said it was the 5-point star, which means they're like, is it legal forever?
You're getting the Blood Omen watermark. So basically, it's as if they're coming out in the future, but they're not.
Okay. So they're pre-released for a future season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're talking about we've talked about doing a few of the like early pre-release cards for the Indians UFS set as well. So you might get to preview a few of those, but we are still working on the art right now, so they're not completely finished up.
Well, we're excited about those as well. In fact, that might be the next release for UFS, depending on speed of it.
I hope so. I mean, it's going to be a pretty cool set. I've seen the characters, and I don't know how much I'm allowed to say, but it's a pretty cool UFS set. But what's the format? Is it like structure decks or tins or boosters? Like how does it come out?
For Indians, we're looking at basically complete support for each of the characters in there. So when you get it, you'll get everything you need for that character. We haven't quite decided if we're gonna. I don't think we're gonna do a tin, because tins are kind of a tricky build.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to put a lot of value into a tin.
But it's some sort of structure release.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
not a
we're
it's not a
looking, yeah,
collectible.
we're not looking for like boosters for this set. We want to get the
Yeah.
characters out there, make sure everyone knows them, knows their support and what works with them, so they don't have to figure things out, and then really learns these characters before they go into the full UFS universe.
So it'll be a good intro set if you're looking to get into the game.
Should
So
be, yeah.
so that'll be pretty cool. Well, let me see if we have some more questions here. Are all Red Horizon characters included in the first wave, or will there be future expansions with the same setting with more? There are 4 that we are not going to do with this project. Those are Skullman, Alaran Sirith, Sasha, and Sebastian. So those were the 4 stretch goals that that it looks like we're not going to hit in the last 10 minutes. I mean, miracles happen, but I don't think we'll get to Sebastian this time, which is fine because we don't have to illustrate him. He's the one character that didn't have any art. But will those guys come out in the future? I hope so. I hope that they will. If not, then they'll come out as different characters. We can take the same core mechanic and we can bring it to another character that fits with the same theme. So we'll get these characters out into the world somewhere. We're not going to let all the playtesting go to waste. But will we do more Red Horizon in the future? I think it would be a lot of fun. I hope that sometime down the way we can reintroduce it. And they do, because there's 16 of them, and they do sort of have cover all the different styles of fighting. It is nice as a sort of core set. So it may be something we re-release in the future. We'll have to see how how it goes. Someone else says, "What about Bushido Blade?"
Oh man, I forgot about the Bushido Blade.
Yeah, but everybody's attacks would just do 29 damage, and that would be that.
You would just cut off people's legs. And
I
Yeah.
was going to say you'd have, what, 3 attacks? This one
Yeah.
makes all your attacks slower, this one makes all your attacks less damaging, and this one you died. I just want to throw my sword over and over again.
I played that game for hours with my brother.
Oh man, I worked so hard to get to the secret stage, and I got there, and this guy just shot me, and it was over in like 3 seconds, and I was like, what? That game. Someone that asked about Indians Exceed. We might do 1 or 2 characters at some point. We're not planning on Indians Exceed because BattleCon will continue to be Indians exclusively. So I think it's best to keep some kind of separation there, but maybe do a little crossover in the future. Someone else asked about Yomi. Have you guys played Yomi?
I have.
Yeah, Yomi's pretty cool. I've talked to David Serlin before, and I've talked about having the Yomi characters as a crossover for Exceed. So we may get to that at some point. But it's just been talk. I haven't actively pursued it yet. But we'll see. We'll see what comes out of that.
I know
It would be-
Yomi was originally intended to be for Street Fighter.
That's what I've heard. That it was originally a Street Fighter, designed to be a Street Fighter system. And then I think you guys got the license for Street Fighter instead.
Well, actually, Cryptozoic got it.
Cryptozoic got it. Okay.
We got it. Yeah.
Yeah. It keeps bouncing around. We may see it eventually. But But anyway, so we're hoping to get a lot more board game type licenses into Exceed as well to kind of mix those with the mainstream video games and hopefully actually bring more exposure into the tabletop gaming world, if that makes sense. People see some characters from, say, Street Fighter, and then they see characters from like Mage Wars and UFS and Indians and Yomi and whatever else. They say, oh, there's other properties in a completely different genre that I could get invested in. So we'll see how it goes. I hope that it does pretty well in that sense and brings people in.
Yeah. We should try to get a Joss Wheaton card.
Well, you were saying too that you were going to do some more outlandish things with UFS in the future, bringing in.
We have especially especially in quarter 4 of next year, we have a really different license that we're bringing in that's going to close off our 10th anniversary, and I hope the fans see what we see in it because it's awesome. It's
It'll
really
certainly, yeah, it'll certainly put Universal into Universal Fighting System.
yeah,
If you have like real people and stuff.
Oh, see,
yeah.
I was imagining that they were going to have memes, and so you have a Grumpy Cat character card with grumpy attacks, and
What's,
I know a guy you can call. I know a guy you can call.
what's hilarious is we talked to the Grumpy Cat people at Licensing Expo like 2 years ago.
I think a Grumpy Cat Foundation could be appropriate, but I mean I don't know. It's something you want to be somewhat careful with.
At that rate, we might as well just make a salt card.
I do think that a picture of like I don't know, maybe like Sebastian like salting something as like an exorcist, and it's like a salt card. He is like some kind of exorcist, right? Am I getting that plot point correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so having him like throw salt at somebody and making it a salt card would be pretty fun. Let's see. How about set based on comics like Marvel, DC, or Image? Those are super expensive. Actually, my favorite line from I went to the Licensing Expo one year, and my favorite I talked to, I think it was Dark Horse, and my favorite quote from that show is, "If you don't have $10,000, Frank Miller doesn't want to talk to you." that was what I was told, and I was like, oh, okay then, because I think we were talking about a Sin City board game or something like that.
Yeah, what's funny about that is Disney, because like they own Marvel, obviously, Star Wars. They said if like you can't even come into the room if you don't have $1 million to offer, like right there.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, for Star Wars, I believe it. I feel like, I mean, I guess if you look at the people that have those licenses, that it's that range of property, right?
Yeah.
But wow. Anyway.
Licensing. You guys don't even know.
Yeah. It's it's crazy. Maybe we just need to do Dive Kick. That's what the other suggestion is. It's Dive Kick. Have you guys played Dive Kick?
We should do
no.
Okay, Aaron, you should sign off right now and go download Dive Kick.
Dive Kick's pretty good. There's like one
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I mean, like, it's the kind of game that you can bring to a party of like non-fighting gamers or even just non-gamers, and they'll pick it up and play it and get into it. Like, it's so approachable, and it's really good, and it really is the essence of fighting games. No.
So of course I'm looking it up right now. Don't mind me.
You should look it up. It's a very cool game. So, what's the likelihood of seeing a crossover with War Machine Hordes? That's pretty cool. I actually don't know the guys that make War Machine Hordes. Yeah, I don't know Privateer Press. I know people who know Privateer Press, but I've never actually met them directly.
If you get that license, let me know, because I've actually approached them before, and they said they don't do any licensing. Everything they do is in-house, so they don't even have to submit designs for them, because we had some cool ideas for a War Machine Hordes game that we were just like, hey, we had an idea, but they have in-house staff, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, these things change too. I mean, Nintendo's opened up to licensing all of a sudden, and you can get the Nintendo characters. So you can't get everything in Smash Brothers, but you can get Mario and you can get Link.
Right, Link is awesome. I would love to have anything Zelda.
Yeah, someday.
We don't already have all the licenses we can afford right now.
Well, I think there's a certain critical mass to it too, because I think the bigger companies are like Blizzard in that they want to see that you've sold 200,000 copies before you talk to them, and not after you talk to them.
Right.
So we have to show, we have to make Exceed a big deal and produce it, and and sell all those copies in distribution and to the mass market, and then we can move on to some of the really big, really cool licenses like like Nintendo, and maybe Heroes of the Storm. If So we'll see where we get in the next year with this project. I'm pretty excited about what the future holds, and I think that I think that it'll be a good project. It's nice to, because I think really UFS is the only crossover game right now. Maybe, and Dice Masters perhaps are like the only two like dedicated crossover focused games in the market. And it'll be nice to have to throw our own hat in the ring as a and bring in more properties to tabletop, more other media properties to tabletop. So
yeah, that's actually a really good point, because even Versus System is just one property.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they had talked that since they have the license to Predator and like Firefly, those are options, but I don't know that they've actually said they're going to do any of that yet. Like right now, it's just the comics.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I think it is. I think it's really cool because it's one of the things that brings people into tabletop. And the more people we have playing card games and playing board games, the better it is for for the whole industry. So this is sort of our outreach. Our outreach program is bringing in all these other licenses, and I hope it's. I feel like it's going to do well for us. So I'm excited for the future. So anyway, we got about 30 seconds left. Anything that you guys want to say or talk about, or
I wish I had pizza.
Yes, I think I'm gonna go out and get some pizza in about 25 seconds now as well, and celebrate. So we did cross the $50,000 threshold. I'm gonna get the quote for Skullman and see if we can do that, that extra character. So I don't know, no promises, but I will see, because I designed him and I really like him and I do want to print him, and we'll see what our funds do. Yeah, we'll see how far we can stretch that.
Skullman's probably my favorite character in the property. So.
The guys we have at the store that I go to and play UFS, I was showing them Exceed. Every time I was like, well, you can play as Reese, or you can play as Alice, or you can play as Skullman, and they always grabbed Skullman. So I played 6 or 7 games before I finally got to play with him, because someone else was always like, oh yeah, I'll take Skullman. I'll take Skullman.
He's pretty fun. He's pretty cool. I mean, I think people will also enjoy the new characters too, like Marathi and Ulrich, people they haven't seen yet that we're getting to introduce for the first time through this set. So I'm excited. I'm quite excited about that. But the project is over. We've hit 0 seconds. We are funded at $50,591. So I want to say thank you all so much for supporting this game, for supporting Level 99, and for giving us the opportunity to make it a reality. So now we're going to get to the making it a reality part right after this. So
after these messages.
Yeah, after these short messages. So anyway, let me check to clean up any final questions that we might have. Oh, somebody said Legendary. Legendary is another crossover set, because now they've got Aliens and they've got Marvel, so that's it. But I don't think we have any new questions. So I think that we'll probably call it, unless you guys want to say any final words or just shoot the breeze.
Live long and prosper.
Yep.
Ditto.
Cool. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. It was great to have you both as part of this project. And I'll be looking forward to doing some more stuff with both of you guys really soon.
Awesome.
So, thanks so much, and thank all of you who backed Exceed. And I'll be around, so leave me some comments, leave me a message, and say hello. See y'all then.
Bye bye.